Welcome to All Pro Racing Truck Series Special Event. Race 4 of 5, All Pro Cash Series, Atlanta Motor Speedway. 87 degrees, wind slight out of the west, relative humidity 47%. Partly cloudy. As we wrap up practice and get ready for qualifying here, 10 minutes open qualifying NASCAR style. It's a land rush to get off pit road. Got a incredible points battle going on here for the All Pro Cash Series. 2 races left. Michael Laudy is our points leader with 117. And amazingly, we have 4 drivers tied for second at 115 points. Jonas Hankins, Dustin Lee, Everett Lane, Mitchell Reeves. Closely behind, Damon Gilbert in 6th, Joseph Laudy in 7th. And Jeff T. Martin round out in the 8th spot, but is only 7 points from the lead. All the points contenders are with us tonight except for Jeff T. Martin. So 7 people could walk away with the points lead after 50 laps tonight here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Take a look at our qualifying times. The guys have been out there 2 or 3 laps now. Got in their hot ones, and George Bark fastest so far on the provisional pole with the 30.004. And he was fastest in our practice session as well with the 30.05, so he backs that up. Matt Clifton provisionally second, Travis Brown third. George Bart coming off an amazing run last week. Not in the points contention. I think he missed the first couple races, but out here to get the win. Let's take a look at NASCAR news this week. Of course, the big news everyone's talking about, Tony Stewart getting involved in a death on track at a dirt track in New York. A lot of speculation about what's going to happen with Tony Stewart. Is he going to race this week at Michigan? Is his life ever going to be the same? And everyone grieving for the young racing talent that got killed in that tragic accident. Also announced just today, more trouble at Roush Fenway Racing as sponsor 3M leaves Roush and heads over to the 24 Hendrick camp with Jeff Gordon starting in 2015 for a 3-year deal. primary sponsorship for at least 13 races next year. So Greg Biffle announcing on Twitter this afternoon that he should have a new sponsor announcement in the coming weeks. So hope Roush Fenway can get a good sponsor and keep momentum going. With Carl Edwards leaving, should make it interesting over there. Back to action here at Atlanta with the Truck Series. No change at the top two, but Stephen Hendren slots into the third spot, 30.204. Daniel E. Miller in fourth, Gary Bauer fifth. Some of these guys late entries, but we welcome all good racers here at All Pro Racing. Like to fill up the room. We got a really good crowd in here. One concern is for our points leader, Joseph Laudy. It looks like he might have disconnected. Yes, he did, and I have not seen him reconnect. We'll hope to see Joseph in here in the next few minutes as qualifying wraps up. About 4 minutes left. Our point leader is missing. We may be having technical difficulties as our host, broadcaster Michael D'Amico behind the cameras has a quality ping of 43%, now 36%. That number should be 99 to 100, and that's what all the other drivers have, except for Mr. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras, who currently has 30%. So if we drop off, hang in there, folks, and hit refresh, and we'll get back connected. As Michael D'Amico is expected to be dropped from the server here any moment with a quality of 20%, now 18%. And he's gone. We still may be live. I don't know. He did get dropped from the iRacing server, so bear with us if you don't see video. Here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, it's monsoon season, and just had a big one hit the Southeast Valley here in the Phoenix area. We got about 2 inches in 20 minutes, I think it was. So could be related to that. Looks like Dustin Lee and Damon Gilbert have put in some good laps, 30.23, slotting them into 4th and 5th. So qualifying very tight up front. IC, please stand by. George Bark on the provisional pole, 30.004. Matt Clifton second. Stephen Hendren third. Damon Gilbert fourth. Dustin Lee fifth. We'll do this MRN style. Got a late entry here. All Pro Racing's very own Andrew Williams slots into the last spot with a 30.96. Nice run, Andrew. Lots of good paint jobs out there. Hoping to get the cameras back up and running so we can show these off tonight. Featuring some of All Pro Racing's other members, Jonas Hankins currently slotted in the 16th spot with a 30.64. I talked to Jonas in practice there and said he was really struggling with setup and just felt the truck was very slow out there. And qualifying proves it, slotting in 16th out of 18 qualifiers. All Pro Racing's Don King, well, is not here. He's MIA. As well as our point leader, Joseph Laudy, is MIA as well. So the points race is very wide open now, as we got, I think, 5 or 6 drivers tied for first as soon as this race starts. No? Let's go to our track announcer as he gives the final instructions to the drivers. All right, let's go through our starting grid. Mr. George Bark, last week's winner, on the pole with a 30.04 in the Bark competition, georgebark.com. Chevy Silverado. Good job, George. Matt Clifton. Used to know this guy by Stephen Earp, but Matt Clifton is in the Under Armour Realtree Chevy Silverado. Nice looking paint job there. Second spot in a 30.16. Stephen Hendren in the third. Hulk 419 Chevy Silverado. Love that bright green. Damon Gilbert from All Pro Racing starting in the fourth spot in the Kart City Performance Chevy Silverado number 68. Dustin Lee sporting the All Pro Racing on the back of that truck. All of Phil Welding as the main sponsor. Slotting in the fifth. Travis Brown starting sixth in the 33. TSB Lost Control Chevy Silverado. Daniel E. Miller starting in the seventh spot. Looking for the Cure for Diabetes truck. Gary Bauer starting in the 27. Red Special out there. Nick Reynolds, 9th in the Goof Off. Works the first time, Chevy Silverado. Brian Cross, 10th. Brian's new around here in the 78 Colorado Special. Number 11th spot, Mitchell Reeves in the Rain-X Caterpillar Chevy. Paul Pellissier in the Carolina Special, starting in the 12th spot. A former winner, Cecil Rene, starting in the 13th spot in the Valvoline Matco Tool Chevy Silverado. Everett D. Lane got a new paint job out there, just fresh today. A tribute to Jeff Gordon with the Fast Lane Racing colors on the side there. Todd McDuffie starting 15th in the Safety Clean truck. Jonas Hankins in the MM Special Green 44, taking 16th, and iRacing's Iron Man Rod Romana Sr. starting in the number 8 Goodwrench Chevy tail end, along with Andrew Williams from Down Under. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. We're about to go green. There it goes. And George Bark gets a great start. As Matt Clifton on the outside. Oh, somebody's in the wall up there in the back. Hell scramble. Oh, and the 44 is around. And Hankins and Rod Romana Sr. tangle. And both are able to drive away there. So tough break there for opening lap. Let's see if we can get a replay of Jonas Hankins involved in that incident. It really starts with the 27, I believe, who's up in the wall. And the 61 gets into the wall, and Hankins kind of goes low and gets into it with Rod Romano Sr. there. And I don't know that he knew Rod was down underneath him, but Jonas turned left to try to miss that car that was in the wall. We're under caution. We got several trucks down pit road. Andrew Williams, the 24. Rod Romana Sr. is down pit road. Jonas Hankins stays out even though he got damage. But we have 5 trucks on pit road. Most of our leaders stay out. Big shout out to our sponsor for our All Pro Cash event, Arizona Painting. For all your painting needs in the Phoenix, Arizona area, please check them out, both commercial and residential. I understand we have a group from that painting group watching tonight. Thank you for visiting All Pro Racing. Doesn't look like it, but we do have good racing around here. It is lap 3. We'll get this thing under green. And we'll have some fantastic NASCAR style racing. Let's see if we can pick up an interview with somebody caught up in that, Jonas Hankins. You got me?
Yeah, might go ahead.
Well, it looks like on the replay there's some trucks up in the wall and you turned left, but Rod was underneath you and you guys made contact. A little damage, but you decided to stay out and save your reset, it looks like.
Did that yellow truck that came up ever come back?
Yeah, Mike, it's going to be a long race. Yeah, I'm still got the reset. I'm trying to save that until I really need it, you know. But we'll see what happens. And, you know, like I said, it's going to be a long race.
All right, pit 4. There you go. All Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins giving up the microphone in the booth up here with me to actually get behind the wheel and race with these guys and go for the cash. Guess what? He's leading the points along with 5 other guys. We'll see how this strategy plays out. I think the big story of the race so far is who didn't show up. Our points leader, Joseph Loudy, where are you? Tough break for Jonas. For Joseph, who had the points lead by 2 points in a very tight race here with only 2 races to go. All right, we got a special start here, single file restarts at All Pro Racing. Pace car lights are out. That means we will go green next time by, but we'll be single file. Recapping this week's action at NASCAR, AJ Allmendinger brings it home for the first time in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. We always knew he was a shoe, but boy, he really showed it as he laid it to Marcos Ambrose. And those guys raced some of the best racing I have ever seen at Watkins Glen and in general. These guys leaning on each other but not taking each other out. And it was some fantastic racing. Congrats to AJ. I'm a fan. Let's see what Bark does here on the start. Pace car is about to peel off here. Will he keep it up high? It looks like he's drifting up high. That's a really smart move here, because you can only pass to the right. Green's out. As some of the trucks scatter. And we got a wreck in the back. The 54, Nick Reynolds involved. Oh my Lord. Let's take a replay of the 54 who ends up on its side. '78 was blinking real bad there. There were some checkups. The 54 spun his tires and spun them again when he corrected and collected into the 5, up into the fence and upside down on its side. Nick Reynolds, what a horrible restart for Nick. He's going to definitely have to get towed. Can't get these guys going green here at all. I guess we need to wreck out a few of them first. As the drivers try to sort it out amongst themselves, figuring out what happened and who did what. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Make sure to check us out over on Facebook and hit the like button. Well, I was thinking about driver interviews, but we really haven't raced yet. But let's talk to a driver who always has something to say, Mr. Andrew Williams.
Well, you're there in the back, so I thought I'd ask you what you think. Are we going to be able to get some racing in, or are we going to have to wreck out a bunch of people first?
I'm hoping we're going to get some green laps in there. I was just being cautious back here. I didn't know what was going on in front of us. But hopefully we've got some good cars that have got connection now, so we're going to get any problems there.
All right, well, lots of good drivers in here. We have the makings of a good race, so let's get it done, guys. Let's get at least a lap of green in.
There we go. Andrew Williams telling us he doesn't see much from the back, but there he runs, 18th spot. Andrew currently working a campaign to get his son in go-karting there in the local area of Australia where he lives. Going around, taking home top fives and trophies and getting it done. spending a lot of good money on go-karts and chassis and wheels and fuel. That's what racing's all about. Everyone stays out. Make sure to join us on Wednesday and Thursday nights for All Pro Racing's Road to Pro in the official iRacing League NASCAR iRacing. This week, Michigan. Both Mike Ellis and Don King had runs last week at the road course for the NASCAR iRacing Series at Watkins Glen. I believe I got a 9th and an 11th, and Dawn, I believe, also got a top 10. So good job, the team All Pro. Pace car lights are off. We're about ready to go green. Let's see if these guys even notice. It'd be very distracting to have all these early yellows. And pace car is off. Looks like top 10 are pretty lined up. Green, green, green. And Jonas Hankins takes it too wide. It's a nice run on the outside in the back there. We get away clean finally. Matt Crafton taking a look under for third place there. Decides to get back in line behind Dustin Lee. Looks like George Mark is going to lead our first lap, followed by Matt Clifton. Stephen Hendren, Dustin Lee in third. Then Matt Clifton in fourth. Damon Gilbert rounds out our top 5. 6, Daniel E. Miller. And I tell you what, these laps right here are critical. Are you going to use up your tires or are you saving your tires? As Stephen Hendren's right on George Mark for the lead. Can't get much closer than that. Guys are lockstep, 1 and 2. Got a few car lengths back to third in Dustin Lee, but the race is on for fourth. Matt Clifton's got it. Daniel E. Miller in the fifth spot, side by side with the 33 and the 68 as they sort it out as they get into the corner. Whoa, the 53, Matt Clifton hard into the wall. The 09 goes scrambling low, and we're under caution. And I think that started with Matt Clifton. Lap 14, caution. Taking a replay of Clifton coming out of 2. He pushes hard right up into the wall and can't get off. The 09 gets a chunk of it and spins down low and hits hard on the inside wall. So 2 or 3 trucks caught up there. We're under caution for the third time. Looks like Brian Cross is disconnected from the server. He's had some internet issues tonight. Be Interesting to see if these guys pit after having a few laps on their tires now. As George Bark catches up to the field, we'll see what he does. Our leaders stay out. We have a few takers on pit road. Looks like Nick Reynolds is going to be our lucky dog, and he gets waved around. That'll put him from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. Daniel E. Miller on pit road. Rod Romana Sr. on pit road. Jonas Hankins as well. And Matt Clifton using his reset. Holds it off pit road. Looks like Jonas Hankins might have got a speeding penalty as he is sent to the rear. Let's pick up a driver interview with the driver involved in that caution, Mr. Matt Clifton.
Mike Ellis up in the booth for Matt Clifton. You got me?
What's up?
Well, it looks like that Under Armour Chevy just kind of pushed up into the wall there. Tell us what happened.
I just drove in there a little too hot and got away from it.
Well, tough break. You got to use your reset, though. We'll have to see, can you get back up through there?
If we don't wad it up again, I think I can get back up there. I don't know if I got anything for George, but I think we can get top 3, top 4 out of it.
All right, good luck. We'll be watching.
Back up front, George Bark bringing him around. Stephen Hendren second, Dustin Lee third, Travis Brown fourth, Damon Gilbert fifth. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. And I believe we got the 1 to go there. Pace car lights are out, so next time by, we'll try it again. It'll be lap 19 of 50. Make sure to join us next Tuesday night for the finale at Daytona Super Speedway. We'll be doling out the cash. I believe the top 3 get paid. And that's in points. Not in that particular race. The points over the last 5 weeks combined. Including next week. So with Joseph Laudy missing the race, points are wide open. Let me take a look at the points and compare it to our running order. See if I can figure out who might be leading. Got to be Dustin Lee, currently running third. As pace car goes off. Green, green, green. Oh, we had a little check up there. As Bark's able to get away big time. So we got a clean start as Bart's got a nice lead over Stephen Hendren in the Hulk truck. Dustin Lee, the Olive Hills Welding third. Travis Brown, we haven't called him yet, in the 33 TSB Lost Control truck, taking a look on Dustin Lee for third spot. Showing some muscle here. As he's got the preferred position on the inside. Damon Gilbert trying to look to follow through, but Dustin Lee fights on the outside. Now Dustin Lee taking a look on the 419 truck. And all of a sudden that outside looked pretty good for a moment there. As Hendren doesn't know which lane to pick. Got some tight racing here for third. Oh! That was close. George Park up front's loving this as these guys are fighting it out for second spot. Farther in the back, we got some cars scrambling. We stay green. The fight for second, Dustin Lee comes out on the outside with it. As Stephen Hendren is struggling now on the inside as the truck's getting pushy. Damon Gilbert up to third. It'll be interesting to see what happens as these tires wear off. And now Travis Brown on the outside, Damon Gilbert. Seems like the preferred lane is kind of shifting around from the outside to the inside. As nobody's got nothing for Bark up front. Now a 1.02 second gap over second. Oh, Dustin Lee is in the ball. He continues on and is able to hold second for now. Unbelievable, he's able to hold his position. And George Bark continues to drive away from these boys just like last week. Travis Brown trying to get around Damon Gilbert. Damon trying to make that truck really wide, as you might call it. No stopping Brown as he gets to the inside. Side by side for third. Boy, Travis Brown fighting hard there, but Damon Gilbert able to hold the position. That brings Gary Bauer into the mix here, running fifth. Quite a ways back to sixth spot. Let's go on through the field. Stephen Hendren. Whoa, as Damon Gilbert hits the wall, and they're all going by Gilbert. Gilbert back to fifth spot now. That's the 27. Gary Bauer gets around Gilbert as he is flat pancaked that side of that Park City Chevy. Travis Brown continues to march to the front as he's now fighting with Dustin Lee for second. And Dustin must know that Joseph Laudy is not in the race, and he is the current point leader, currently running second on track. He doesn't have to beat Bark to win the cash. And he doesn't have to beat the 33 to win the cash either. Might be smart to let these guys go, but I know Dustin Lee, he's got that pride. He wants that win. He continues to try to hunt George Bark, but the gap keeps increasing. 1.43 seconds now. This is the point of the run where you can tell if they save their tires or not as they come and go. Second through fifth look pretty evenly matched. "20 laps to go. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Many thanks to Michelangelo's Painting and Arizona Painting for all your painting needs in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Make sure to call 1-800-PAINTING. Damon Gilbert had a moment there off of 2. Lost a bunch of track position. Now back to 5th. As Bark continues to increase the gap, 1.7 seconds. Travis Brown taking a look on Dustin Lee for second. Dustin giving him room, but not much there. As he gets alongside, coming down the front stretch. This is some great side-by-side racing. These guys racing really hard right now. And I tell you what, with old tires, this is hard to do side-by-side. Oh, Dustin gets up in the gray, but finds some grip up there. And is able to hold the spot, just barely. Allowing Gary Bauer in the 27 to creep up into the picture there. I tell you what, some of our points leaders probably can't wait for next week at Daytona. Jonas Hankins running back in 12th, Everett Lane in 14th. These guys really close in points, but not having good runs tonight. Whoa, as Dustin Lee's hard up into the wall off of 2. We stay green, but Gary Bauer goes by. Travis Brown up to second now. Gary Bauer in third as Dustin Lee has killed the right front. He's coming to pit road. Tough break for the Olive Hills welding machine. And Andrew Williams pits as well. As well as Stephen Hendren in the 419. These must be regular pit stops. Guys coming down for fuel. We'll have to see about tires. Sure, they're going to get 4 if they need a full tank. There's enough time to get 4 tires. The 419's got some right side damage too. As Dustin Lee gets his truck reset and he's back out. Andrew Williams rolls it off as well, followed by Stephen Hendren. Meanwhile, up front, George Bark continues to march away from Travis Brown, 1.8 seconds. Looks like Matt Clifton is taking it behind the wall. And we have several drivers a lap down now. Nick Reynolds is a lap down. Dustin Lee, Andrew Williams, Stephen Hendren, Cecil Rene. All from doing stops. Now showing 9 cars on the lead lap. Everett Lane, last one out there. He's all tore up in the 24. Shown 24 seconds back. He's knocked down the wall as well with his right front. As our leader prepares to pit, George Bark pulls it down off the track, and he's on pit road. George has led every lap except for this one as Travis Brown cycles to the lead. Our leader pits. The 03's on pit road as well. They almost collide. Todd McDuffie pulls it off. Four tires and fuel for our leader. No, 2 tires in fuel, and he's back out. So we'll see how that strategy plays in. Looks like right side tires only for George Bark. 9 laps to go. Travis Brown is our leader. Gary Bauer second. Daniel Miller third. Mitchell Reeves fourth. Jonas Hankins up to fifth. Gary Bauer's down for pit road, and so is our leader, Travis Brown. He's going to cycle the lead over to Daniel E. Miller in the 09 Diabetes truck. As Travis Brown and Gary Bauer bring it down pit road, let's see what they do for tires in the 33 truck. Fuel only for Gary Bauer and 4 tires for the 33 of Travis Brown. That's going to hurt Brown, I think. Gary decided to do no tires. Smart move there. And our leader is now Daniel E. Miller in the 09. Showing as our leader, he's currently on the backstretch. Mitchell Reeves in second. Jonas Hankins in third. As pit stops continue to cycle here. We're almost out of laps, 5 to go. Are any of these guys going to make it? Trying to figure out the last time Daniel Miller pitted. Looks like lap 17. He might be trying to stretch it on fuel here. So let's reset the field. Daniel E. Miller in the Diabetes 09 truck is our leader with a 5.8 second lead over Mitchell Reeves in second in the Rain-X Caterpillar Chevy. All Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins shown in third. Just heard on the radio, Mitchell Reeves is pitting from second, this time by. As Daniel E. Miller continues to leave it on track. I think looking back at where George Bark is running, and Dustin Lee, I think that's where those guys are going to cycle out once everyone stops. But right now, Daniel E. Miller leads the way with a 13-second lead over Mr. Jonas Hankins. Looks like Paul Pellessier gets by Jonas for the second spot. as Miller goes by pit road again and leaves it out again. He puts the 24 of Lane down a lap. Boy, the 24 having a bad run tonight. Going to hurt him in the points running. As we go into our final race next week, Daytona. Don't make sure you do not miss the finale. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, next week. Right now, 4 cars on the lead lap as Miller stays out again. Three laps to go, 3 cars on the lead lap. It's now Miller, Paul Pelissier, and Hankins. White flag. It looks like Miller's going to do it here as he comes around. I have no idea how he got the pit strategy on these boys, but he did it. Daniel Lee Miller brings it home. Paul Pelissier is going to bring it home second, it appears. And All Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins going to bring it home third. I believe Jonas will end up as the points leader leaving this event. Wow. Let's see if we can get an interview with our top 3 drivers.
Mike Ellis up in the booth for our winner, Daniel E. Miller. In the diabetes truck, you got me.
Yeah, took one.
Well, wow, we weren't expecting that. 3 cars on the lead lap, 15-second lead. You just smoked these guys. How did you do it?
Yeah, I got unlucky at the beginning there, got in that wreck, but it actually helped me to the end, and I'd like to thank Travis for giving me the setup.
Well, congratulations. Really good pit strategy, obviously. It's funny how those cautions work out and put you in the right spot, but you got it done. Hey, you have anybody you want to say hi to or say thanks to?
Just Travis, and George Bark and Bark at Competition Karting. I'd like to thank them. They've done a lot for me.
Well, nice win. Congratulations. Welcome to All Pro Racing. We're glad to have you. Talking about George Bark, boy, he led most laps, but didn't have the strategy. He came home fourth. Let's talk to second, Paul Pelissier. Are you out there?
I am, Mike.
Well, I know I butchered your name 100 times, but congratulations on the second place run. You were one of those cars on the lead lap, so I guess that's a good run.
Yeah, well, thank you. Just pit strategy was all. I didn't have a very fast car, but lucked out on the pits.
All right, so welcome to All Pro Racing. You have anybody you want to say hi to?
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to Jonas and thank him for bringing me over here to introduce him.
Well, talking about All Pro Racing's very own Jonas Hankins brings it home third. That a boy. I believe, Jonas, you're the new points leader unofficially. Congratulations. You got one more race. You're going for the cash, huh?
Yeah, for sure, Mike. It's a heck of a race here, and you know, like Pep said, you know, we didn't really have a fast truck, but we definitely, you know, pit strategy came down to it, and you know, you see, it was only 3 cars on the lead lap, and I'm glad I was one of them.
All right. Well, hey, great run. Looks like you'll be the points leader going into Daytona. What do you expect next week with this restrictor plate race? It's probably anything goes, huh?
Sure, Mike. It's going to be a long race there too, and yeah, we should see a good race, and it's going to be a champion crown, and it's going. You know, the points is pretty tight. It's been tight. I'm not sure I mean, I'm leading now, but yeah, it's going to be a heck of a race, and I hope everybody tunes in and checks it out.
All right, great racing, guys. Good run tonight.
And there you have it, folks. Lots of disappointment, too, tonight. Dustin Lee, I'm sure, brings it home 6th. He was hoping for a good run there. Looked like he was going to shake out to end up 2nd if the pit strategy worked out.
Man, that setup didn't.
But Everett D. Lane also come bringing it home 5th. He was in the point running. So should be interesting going into Daytona. Daniel E. Miller brings it home here at Atlanta at All Pro Racing. We'll see you next week. My name's Mike Ellis. Behind the cameras, Michael D'Amico. We're All Pro Racing. Thanks so much.